So in a bowl I'm adding in 1 cup of green gram. Okay, I'll wash it well. See, it's washed well. To that I'm adding in 2 cups of water. And now I'm going to cover this and let it soak overnight or for at least 8 to 9 hours. Okay, so after 8 to 9 hours or soaking overnight, if you just break the green gram with your nail like this, it should break it into half like this easily. Now I transfer this along with the water into the cooker. Now I'm adding in extra 2 cups of water to this also. Almost 2 to 3 cups. Yeah, 3 cups of water and some rock salt. Now I'm going to pressure cook this on medium flame for 2 to 3 medium whistles. I won't be telling the measurement here since I will be mentioning it in detail in the description box below. So please check out the description box for the exact ingredients measurement. Okay, I'll be just mentioning the name of the ingredient here, that's all. Now in a separate pan, let's keep the flame as medium. Now I'm adding in some oil here. So once the oil gets hot for about a minute, now I'm adding in some cumin seeds. So I'll allow the cumin seeds to splutter for about a minute. Then I'm adding in the dry curry leaves. You can add in fresh curry leaves also. So they should be starting to boil, okay? After they start to splutter or boil, as you can say, now I'm adding in the onions, chopped onions. I'm breaking in some green chilies and adding it roughly into the pan like this, as you can see. Just mix once. To this I'm adding in some garlic paste. You can even add in chopped garlic if you want. Now we'll incorporate this well. Now generally the onions take a long time to cook, so I'm adding in some salt here to aid the onions to cook faster. Okay, so after adding salt, I mix all of them together and allow the onions to brown a bit. Okay, so once now the onions are getting brown there, and here on the other side I'm going to soak in 1.5 lemon sized tamarind into 1 cup of water. Okay, just a small lemon. It is not the big lemons like orange that you can see. It is just a medium sized lemon. Okay, I'm going to soak it for about half an hour. So once the onions are cooked, you can see they have changed in color and become translucent. I'm going to add in the chopped tomatoes and going to mix all this well together and allow the tomatoes to get cooked. It will take some time, like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, and after the tomatoes are cooked well, I'm adding in the sambar powder. You can check out homemade sambar powder in my channel. You can just get the store-bought one and add the sambar powder to the tomatoes. So before adding the sambar powder to the tomatoes, we will switch the flame to low. Okay, always keep in mind when you're adding powders, you have to reduce the flame to low. So once you add the sambar powder, just mix in well for about a minute and then I'm adding in the desiccated coconut, okay, here, and immediately I'm switching off the flame. So you should not just add the allow the coconut to cook in flame. Instead, you switch off the flame, and just in the remaining heat the coconut will get cooked. And we'll switch off the flame, as I said, and allow this to cool. You can transfer it to a plate to aid the cooling process faster. Now after 2 to 3 whistles, now after the pressure is completely gone, open the cooker, and now you can see that when you take the green gram in between your fingers and press it like this, it gets mushed easily. It should not be too mushy that it will just fall off. You can still see a little whitish inside. Okay, that is perfectly done. So I'm taking in 2 ladles of this green gram, cooked green gram without the water, and adding it to this onion and tomato mixture. Okay, 2 ladles, each ladle about 1/4 cup. Okay, so it is 1/4 plus 1/4, that is half a cup of the thing. I added to the tomato onion mixture and allow that all that to cool completely. Now on the other side, I'm going to drain out the water from the green gram in the cooker. Now we are not throwing the water, we are keeping this aside. This is the main ingredient for us in cooking the basara. Drain out completely, allow this to rest for about half an hour till the entire water is removed from this green gram like this. See, you can see the water stored on the base. Now leave this. Now let's go to the next process. So once that mixture is cooled down, we transfer the ingredients to the mixie jar. The mixture I meant onion and tomato mixture with desiccated coconut. Now adding in 2 cups of water again to this, just aiding a bit by helping it by mixing it in, and I am going to put this into the blender. Okay. So I'm going to blend all of them together to this consistency. Should not be too watery, it should not be too thick, it should be medium like this. Okay, so let's start preparing the basar. I'm taken a deep and a big vessel, keeping the flame as low. I'm adding in some oil. I'm adding here coconut oil. You can add the oil of your choice. Coconut oil is good for health, so I would always encourage all of you to eat healthy, having healthy ingredients. I'm going to sprinkle some mustard seeds. Allow the mustard seeds to splutter in the oil. Now I'm adding in dry curry leaves. Now I'm adding in the garlic paste. Immediately I'm going to add in the grinded paste because the garlic starts to splutter a lot in the oil. That's the reason. Mix in well and allow this mixture to cook in oil on low flame for about 5 minutes. Keep mixing well. Don't forget, if you feel it's becoming dry and sticking to the bottom, you can add in some oil. Now add in the tamarind water, the soaked tamarind water. You need to soak the tamarind till it becomes completely soft. And also at the end, just place the tamarind in your hand and squeeze out the remaining juice. Don't forget to do that. It adds a lot of flavor. Now we'll mix all this together and allow this to cook on low flame, covering it, and let this mixture cook in tamarind water for about 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes. Okay. Cover it with a lid, and do not forget that you need to keep mixing in intervals so that the mixture doesn't stick to the bottom. Keep mixing like this, okay? You can do this, let it simmer for about 5 to 8 minutes. So after 5 to 8 minutes, mix once. And now we add in 2 cups of water that I've added to the mixie to remove the excess ingredients that was stuck to the mixie, along with the remaining water of the pressure cooker. Do not add too much of water because the taste would go. Just keep in mind that minimal water is the key ingredient. Okay, here add in salt, mix once, and allow this to simmer for about 10 minutes. Now let's move on to the green gram fry. So in a tadka pan, in a frying pan, I am adding in the coconut oil. Also adding in a bit of mustard oil for the taste. Now I'm adding in a bunch of cumin seeds. Also a bit of mustard seeds. And again the dry curry leaves or fresh curry leaves if you have. Now I'm adding in the dry red chili here. You can add even the fresh green chili here if you like. And a tad bit of asafoetida, and I'm going to mix all this well and allow this to splutter very well. Okay, splutter means at around you can see they're boiling well and it's whitish all over it. Okay, it will take about a minute for this to happen. Don't burn them. Keep the flame to low medium. Now I'm adding in the strained out green gram. There should be no water, keep in mind. That's why I told you we need to strain the green gram well for about 30 to 45 minutes. Now just incorporating well here. So keep in mind I'm using a fork because as the green gram touches the heat, it starts to become mushy. So we don't want to make it mushy and become a paste. So be careful. So just fry for a second, and now I add in the powders. Keep the flame as low. I'm adding in some red chili powder, some cumin powder, some garam masala, and also I'm adding in dry mango powder. Okay, I would suggest you to add the powder instead of lemon juice so that it gives more flavor. But even you can skip the dry mango powder and add in some lemon juice also. Okay, now I add in the powders and just incorporate them, also adding the salt, and just incorporate them with the green gram. Do not mix. You can add oil, a little bit of oil if you feel it's becoming too dry. And now you need to toss it like this. Don't use this fork or spoon again. Just toss it so that it gets mixed well. In the same way, it's not going to break or become mushy, as I said. It's the best way to do. And now on the low flame, I cover this and allow this to cook for about 10 minutes. And in the interval of 5 minutes, I remove this, okay, and I again toss them well. Cover and cook for another 5 minutes. So total of 10 minutes on simmer. After that, I'm adding in the desiccated coconut powder. Again, switch off the flame now here and toss it well. Let it incorporate well within the green gram fry, and your green gram fry is ready. Okay, so keep in mind before adding the desiccated coconut, switch off the flame. Yes, your green gram fry is also ready. and your basar has been boiling for about 10 minutes on low. Give this a mix once, and I would always tell you guys to taste your food before serving it, okay? So you can balance the salt or any other ingredients that you want to know. So we switch off the flame of the basaro, and now as you can see, our basaro and the green gram fry is ready. Serve it with hot rice with the green gram fry as a side, and it is very tasty, trust me. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give a thumbs up and share your comments in the section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time in my other videos. Until then, take care guys. Bye.